this awful place. Knuckle merchants and the bankers too, who must get up and learn those rules. Riverman and Crazy Chief, one says sun and one says sleep. Now the AM, the FM, the PM too, turning out that boogaloo. It gets you up and it gets you out, but how long can you keep it up? I said, give me Honda, give me Sony. It's so cheap and it's so phony. Hong Kong dollar, Indian cents, English pounds and the Benjamins. I said, New York! Don't stop and give it all you got. Say New York! Come on and get up. Don't stop and give it all you got. Say New York! Come on and get up. Don't stop and give it all you got. Say New York! Get up. You just don't stop and give it all you got. Looking for a rise to better my station. Take my baby to sophistication. See the ads? Well, isn't it nice? Better work hard cause I know the price. Now never mind that. It's time for the bus. And you'll get on cause you're one of us. The clocks go slow in the place of work. The minutes drag and the hours jerk.
Live from the Dog the Cat Studios on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, it's On the Horn with Andrew Einhorn. Hey, everybody. Woo! How do you feel? I feel great. I pulled out this last second change. I had this other shirt. Wait, let me see, because I like the Jewish star kind of goes with this. I bet, this is like a thrift store find. It's ripped, but there's something about the blue. It feels good. It kind of matches with my thing. So here we are, another day. Joe Biden is closer. All they have to do is certify this thing. Evidently, we passed 250,000 dead Americans. Seems like a milestone. We knew it was coming. And that's it for the topics of today's at hand. I have an amazing guest today. We have an amazing show. Every show gets better and better and better. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree? I have a lot. This is an intensive show. I have a lot of photographs and a lot of video. So I have a lot of different things. As usual, if you're new or you want to subscribe to me on Facebook and Instagram and On the Horn, because the more the better. I just want to say one thing quick. I actually, I love my guests, and a lot of people are like, oh, move on. Let's get a Sarah Silverman. Let's get a Bill Murray. Go here. And I talked to a couple talent agent friends of mine. They go, you know what? You're doing great. Just find the cool New Yorkers, your friends, interesting people, and stick with that, because that's your thing. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I have so many different friends, so many interesting people. Casey Kelbot tonight is one of them. I mean, these people are, I don't want to say groundbreaking, but they just do things. They create. They're artists, and I don't know, they reflect what's best about our world. And connectors, which is a theme. Dara and Astra from last week, they connect people. And that's, after all, that's what it's all about, kind of. So before we get into anything else, guess what? That's right. I'm going to go and share a video because this week I went to Washington Square Park, and it was a last-minute decision. I was like, Central Park, Prospect. Someone's like, why don't you go to Washington Square Park? I said, that's good. And man, was I happy. Washington Square Park had this like hippie 70s vibe. It had totally changed. I asked one of the guys there, and he goes, yeah, the cops kind of stopped. There's people smoking, whatever, drinking wine. But it was very, it was tame, and it was beautiful. And now I'm going to share the screen. So just 1 second. We go to the Chrome tab, make sure we share audio. So this is me, Washington Square. I had a couple of varied questions. The first one is, as you'll see, is I'm tired of the word social distancing. Can we come on? Social media, social this, social that. Shut the. So it's Andrew on the Horn in the Park is in Washington Square Park today. That's right. Woo! There's a lot of people here. It's Saturday, the 14th of November. I'm going to ask questions about Hot Show, grunge, and a better term for social distancing, because I am tired of that one. On the Horn in the Park. I don't like the term social distancing. I'm getting tired of it. Can you think of something better?
Get out of my face.
Shut the fuck that.
Perfect.
Keep the fuck away from me. I mean, people say that all the time in lines.
It's Saturday. I'm not talking about COVID or politics. That's my rule.
I respect that.
Not social distancing. I got no more meaningful terms than social distance. I'm over it too, though. It sucks.
Even before the COVID, that was what people would say. They didn't like your looks, your color, they knew who you voted for in 1968. They didn't like you.
Anything better?
Yeah.
Start with take off your muzzle, which is a muzzle on the soul.
That's
Hubert
it.
Humphrey.
Well, I couldn't vote. I was underage.
Self-care.
Respecting other human beings' lives.
Self-care. Stay
Self-care.
at home and smoke some weed.
Smoke some weed.
Yes,
I
sir.
had a puff an hour and a half ago. Okay.
Word.
Body odor. Before COVID, that was the reason I social distanced.
We bled in the streets lower the voting age to 18 because you could send people to Vietnam and get them killed,
Right.
but yet they couldn't vote for
Right. I
So we
remember
did that right here because I was at NYU, right here.
Oh, fantastic. Does anybody remember Artie Johnson? Yeah, sure, I'm 56. On Laughing. It was like this guy that talked like this. Oh, I love that guy. I did, all my interviews with him, and he kind of dominates it, even though he gets off track. He's just so old school. By the way, when I go to the park and you see me skating, I'm generally using my iPhone to film. But I wanted to do this other thing where I have this handle, which I was doing, but I can't because the microphone that I use hits it. And I was like, I need a perfect solution. So I went out and I got a second one, and I put out some old microphones. I'm working for you. I'm going to bat. As an artist videographer, it's funny, all our technology. Then I got another little mic. Then I realized, oh, this doesn't work unless you get a $30 cable. It's always something. Anyway, I'm excited though. This one's got a metal clip, so it's like jink. Just wanted to fill you in on that because, production value, as in this beautiful show. Speaking of production value and photographers and artists and people from around the world, namely Seattle via New York City, please give a warm Lower East Side / East Village welcome to my friend Casey Kelbaugh. Casey. Shit. Casey, you're on, dude.
What?
Oh, God. You're on. We're up. Oh, God.
EST. What's going
Yeah,
on?
I told you. Eastern, as in East Coast. Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. You still got a little schmata.
Daylight.
Well,
saving.
if this keeps you, up and vibrant, all the.
Clean up a little bit before
All right.
before we get started, right?
Okay. Well, while Casey cleans up, we'll take a look at our list here. Got a lot of things to talk about. We have a lot to look at. Oh, he's back. Hey, Casey, where are you? This looks very. It doesn't look like the East Village. Where are you?
This is the Catskill Mountains of New York State and the town of Hunter, the county of Greene, the hamlet of Lanesville, and the hamlet within a hamlet of Edgewood.
That's beautifully described. Is that what you tell other people when they say, where is your second home? You give them the A, B, C, D, E?
This isn't showing, is it? Any of this? No, that's blurred out, right?
It's fine. You're a New Yorker. You're a creative type. Yeah, it's fine. What are you drinking, by the way?
Oh, just having a little tea.
Okay. I have Malibu rum and Coke. This is my go-to. I never drank it my whole life, and all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I got this in the Caribbean. I might as well drink it, right? In my charming little blue glass from Mexico. So we have so much to.
Before we go any further,
Yeah.
I seem to remember there being an agreement in my contract.
Yeah.
You're to be speaking in a BBC.
All right.
Thank you.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special report from Southern London. This is BBC reporter Ian Lees-on Carmichael. The death toll and destruction from Lower Nigeria has taken its toll. COVID not only ravages here, but famine, disease, and warlords continue to kill most of the population. Officials here say it might be decades or years before things return to the semblance of normal. This is Ian Carmichael for BBC4. My special guest today from, as you've just heard, upstate in a lot of hamlets, Mr. Casey Kelbaugh via Irish ancestry, right?
Some of that, yes.
Okay. Casey Kelbaugh. So
okay.
I don't think I can do a British accent the entire time. It's just those old. Then I just want to.
Rider, dude.
What?
It's in the rider. That is the agreement. That's been the agreement all along.
Casey, I came here.
have the people. Let's have the people vote.
Okay.
What are the
Yeah, people can vote. Yeah, we got comments, we got chat.
For my colleague over here, BBC, British, or not.
Right. Or I can do an Israeli, a German. There are many different accents. All right, I'll start out with a British accent. We'll go a little bit like that. So you and I believe, both arrived in the mid-90s. Is that right? Because I came from Philadelphia and you came from a city called
Seattle. I came in 2003.
All right.
So, yeah, you got a leg up on me.
No, you were quicker than me. I was 95. Or I was 94 and you were 93.
No.
Well,
2003.
Oh, right. 2003. I got a big leg up on you. I feel like from the time I met you, you were Mr. Slide Luck Pacho. It was an amazing organization, and I've got clips to play. But give me a background. I just can't go British the whole time. I can't.
Look at all the votes. Ben Hudson actually got me really hard. Michael Barkin.
All right, I'll do my best. What was life like for Casey Kelbar before coming to New York? What is it that,
Life was before, like in Seattle, prior?
Sure.
Oh, I was just starting my career. I was trying to figure it out, like so many young artists have done before.
You were doing primarily photography or other things in the arts?
Yes, I was. Definitely photography and, working. Who's this Ronald Woolman fellow?
He's a good friend of mine. He's a South African fellow who had a great career in advertising. He's got homes and beach houses across the world. He's quite worldly. He's got me a lot of guests. He's very smart, great with the English language, and kind of like a big teddy bear, if you will.
Fantastic.
So were you a photographer specifically before coming to New York? Was that your transition?
No, I was a photographer prior, and I was shooting commercially and editorial prior to arriving. I got here, and there was an opportunity to assist for some of the big, the greats, and then there was an opportunity to just go ahead and just start shooting and not work for other people. So I went that direction, and I don't regret it. I mean, I got one day with Bruce Davidson, which was really, really fantastic. But
yeah. Wow.
But I was I had a couple big opportunities in the beginning, and I kind of went from there. And
right.
Are we going to be talking about me a lot tonight?
Yeah, it's all about you. No, we've got visuals. I mean, I want to get to. There's basically three major categories: the Slide Luck Part Show, your 6 Feet Away project, which is amazing, taken up there as well. And then, of course, Open Studio, your latest book, which is hot off the press, which is fantastic as well, and incorporates artists from New York and around the world. So we really have got the connective theme going. What I want to do, you talk about the beginnings of Slide Luck Pot Show, maybe even the name, because as we've seen, is going to have a really funny question. So go to it. I'm going to dial in my Lightroom catalog and get ready for some pictures. Give me a history, please.
Slide Luck started around the same time I started my photo career, which was around 2000. And I was frustrated by the inability to discern how to break into the photography world, be it, galleries and fine art or advertising, editorial, and taking a cue from some of my creative Seattle comrades. I decided to just take things in my own hands and host a slideshow and a potluck dinner. I actually sent a picture in of the location where that first happened, which is no bigger than this room, really. And it caught on. Slideshows, food, art, friends, community, building and strengthening community through food and art was kind of what it became. And I moved to New York 3 years later. I didn't think it was going to really be a thing here, or really feel, you know what I mean? Just like potluck here, too fancy. You don't want to do
Fucking A, was that a thing that took off? I mean, when I think of the events, and when I look back on the greatest times I've had in New York, I think the Slide Lock Putt shows, for so many different reasons. It was the people that I've met, the art, the food, the camaraderie, the contacts. I mean, I had a lot of relations in many different ways after that. It was the most beautiful event. And you really, really did it. And I don't know if it was your intention to necessarily make all those connections. As you say, it was a way of perhaps skirting the other things that weren't working for you. But
that was
phenomenal.
It was always about work, which we curated very, carefully. So, as it evolved, I brought it to New York. It grew very quickly. I think, within a year, we were having, some of the shows had like 1,000 people show up. Is this the way we're going to present the work?
A lot of people. A lot. It went from like 15 to 10,000 overnight. I mean, it got so crazy. It was like backstage at a Rolling Stones concert. Yeah. I've got two.
Yeah. Speak.
I got two different 30 picture montages. So I don't want to spend too much time, but if I could rummage through, you could just tell us what is going on in this picture. I started out with the ones that had the little tagline underneath. So
let me finish by saying, once it launched in New York, it came around the same time as social media and all these different movements were growing. And so it quickly spread to 100 cities around the world. So I spent the better part of 15 years with an amazing staff and team and local directors and sponsors and partners and board members. And, we became a nonprofit. We launched a youth initiative and we did some incredible community building and education, photography education, all over the world. And
I tell you, I got notes like that because on my thing I put Slide Lock Kids, governments, locations, permits, and logistics. I bet nobody really understands behind the scenes. And you took this bloody worldwide. So it's not just New York. I mean, festivals around the country and around the world. So I can only imagine what you had to deal with on the back end of this. But let's keep going. I want to go in the pictures and rummage through. Just give me a quick, what we got here? Who's that and where are we?
That is our second fundraiser. It's a weird place to start. These are photos that were offered for auction. You can see in this Robert Herman, rest in peace. He passed recently. I see Carolyn Cole, beautiful work from Turkey, Turkmenistan area. And then I can't remember this artist, but Miriam is up, and that's Courtney Booth Christensen, who was our Sotheby's auctioneer at one of our fundraisers. These are that's the third one in New York City, obviously. Wow, look at this.
You look bloody same. You look the same.
Okay,
I'm gonna keep going. Where are we now? It looks like Brooklyn Bridge.
In Red Hook, Brooklyn, or excuse me, Dumbo, Brooklyn, where we broke the Guinness World Record for the largest potluck dinner in history, and it was a phenomenal night. It was part of New York Photo Fest. And that's the old St. Anne's Warehouse. That also was, I think, maybe the same night at the indoor screening. We had two pretty large screenings.
She looks like this actress that I had her headshots done in my studio at one time. It's and I don't remember her name. Is that somebody famous or is just a nice lady getting bitten on the arm?
I think she was eaten that night. So regardless, no, I'm just kidding. Oslo, that was a great launch. That could be Brooklyn.
I don't know why.
Okay, zoomed in a bit.
Right, 1 minute. For some reason, let's see. Western New York. We've got two ladies. I tried to mix in the photos, sort of a different thing. We've got obviously the potluck. We've got people watching intently. It's nice. Got the children.
Nairobi, that was an amazing. Why are we seeing all this? Can't you full screen this? Or,
right. Yep. Sorry.
No worries.
Yep.
I took all these damn pictures except that one. That was.
It's beautiful. Nice light.
I think you did a
That's
quick.
Great.
We pulled from all the same sources, but whatever.
Oh. Shoot. I don't know what's happening. For some reason.
Classic. Okay, Woodstock. That was the first Woodstock. Those are, yeah, obviously second year of the Youth Initiative final show.
Oh right, that was the last one. All right, let me see if I go back. I might have missed a few, and I think I did. So hold on just a minute. Let's go. Oh right, this is where we came back. Listen, I can't go full screen because I'm afraid for some reason it's not going forward like I like. But I'll try. All right, let's see.
Okay.
What? I'm gonna keep going. You just got to rattle off what we're saying.
Yeah, that was Panama. Was amazing. That was the ruins of a 400-year-old church. That was with Liz Kenny, my first producer and assistant director. Paris also kind of knocked. That first Paris show was one of the proudest nights of my life, for sure. Philly, always representing. Phoenix, fantastic. I didn't go to every launch or every show.
It's all right.
But we had Maria Teresa Salvati running Europe, Andres Ronderos running South America out of Bogota, and Kim Campbell in Hong Kong running the Asian operations. And you know, we covered where we could, but Red Hook, okay, Rio, that was in Copacabana, Roma, Bella La Roma. This was also right off Washington Square Park in that church, that really cool church. That was you. That's you speaking, Andrew.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Right. I had to leave that. Right. San Francisco. To those out there, I was doing my own television show on the Playboy channel, and I happened to be there. Well, Casey was coming out, and he allowed me to do a little thing and speak to the crowd, and I was being filmed for the show, and they didn't put it in the show, but it was really fun and nice to be there. Sao Paulo. Bloody hell, you've been around the world. Where haven't you been, my little friend? Where have not you been?
Me or the organization?
Pick your choice. Either one. Burma?
No, I passed on Burma a long time ago, and I'm so bummed I did that. So thank you for reminding me. Sevilla was fantastic.
You know, just watching the faces of the people, you can always tell Spain. There's something about Spanish. They always give away delicious food and stuff.
So the components are, it's a potluck dinner where everyone brings a dish. We break bread together and share it. And then we watch the work of 20 local artists curated by usually someone, you know, in the community. You know, we'll show a really, really iconic, you know, Martin Scholler or Cindy Sherman, or, you know, someone very influential alongside someone who's never presented work in their life. So it's like, wow. It's a really nice balance, and it's all about the work, and it's all sort of egalitarian, and it's a lot of fun. It's and it's very scalable. So, you know, some of the smaller shows might be 25, 50 people, and then it, you know, scales up to like 1,500.
You like the word egalitarian, don't you?
I do. Could you say that for me in a slightly more, in a little bit more of the King's English?
Egalitarian. Depends where it's from. Hello, egalitarian. It's really good. So what I want to do is go, now you get a little bit Cockney, a little bit Latin class. The word slide lock pot show is just so unique, and I thought maybe it would be a great question to ask people who have no idea what it is. It came out really nice. I've got two different ones, so we're going to go to this. So hold on a minute. Where's
are people's comments not running on screen because they're freaking hilarious?
Only
we can see them.
No, I believe they can see it. All right, hold on. Get ready. Fasten your seatbelts is a good one, I'll say.
What do we have here? Oh, it's no audio, bro.
Okay, hold on. Right, all right. I fucking forgot to eat the thing. All right, hold on a minute. Stop screen. Sorry, hold on a minute. Come on. They got this box you got to check, and just make it so you don't have to check it. It's not that hard. Just fucking it's hitting me all the time. All right, it should be. Let me know if you don't have audio. You should have it. It should be all right. My friend has a company. He calls it Slide Luck Hot Show.
Slide Luck Hot Show?
Right.
I like that. Okay.
Slide Luck Pot Show.
Yeah.
Slide Luck Hot Show.
Slide Luck Hot Show.
Slide Luck Hot Show.
Okay, so I'm thinking that the show is probably going to be somewhat of a slidey effect where everybody's kind of just flowing down this wormhole.
Slide, luck, slide.
Oh, pot stickers. The pot would be pot stickers.
I
There
know
you
that
go.
can't be it.
And it gets kind of intense down that wormhole where the hot kind of comes from. It's a fun show, so you're going to enjoy yourself.
I think it's like a game show where like you're it's just all based on luck, and at the end you get money.
Ultimately, it's going to be an enjoyment for all parties if they choose to go with the flow of the slide.
It sounds like somewhere where I would bring a warm dish.
It almost sounds like a Chinese something, like Joy Luck Club.
Beautiful cooking show.
For sure. And it would be a collective of really dope, cool human beings.
It is.
All right. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Not far off.
I mean-
fellas. Good
Yeah, it's really nice. I just love each person had to come out and say, just reiterate it in their head to hear it. Slide Luck Pot Show and let it digest before they like went into the creative answer. Is like second half is even better than that. So anyway, I really like that. I thought you get
Well, you know, just for the record, at least 10 years ago, we dropped the pot show. So we're just Slide Luck.
sure. Well, this is
I
the
know.
pot show's last hurrah, isn't it?
Our sponsors didn't love it. The board members didn't love pot show. So we streamlined things a little bit.
Right.
Professionalized, as I see you've been doing over there, Mr. Einhorn.
I forgot the cutaway shot. It's really nice, right? I mean, look, I got blue pants now, right? You're in the studio. Yeah, it's really
I
good.
like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think focus a little bit off, but what you're going to do, it's all
Hi,
right.
Tomas. I want to do a few shout outs. I mean, I see.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, what's up? No, this is my house upstate. Ben Hudson representing massively Mike Barkin out in Seattle. Shout out a little bit because we can only see people that comment. How many people are watching? I can't even tell.
Oh, I got no idea. Hey, Thomas Berkey, the Chilean prince. You're going to be on a future show. Oh, you know Thomas, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Bloody hell, it's going to be a whole San Miguel episode. It's going to be really great. We got Tutti Lennon, maybe the DJ, maybe the chef, maybe that tunic fella if he's there. There's a lot of different things. San Miguel's a great place. Hello, Thomas. Get ready. You're going to be on the show, my friend. Playing the drums, doing some acting, talking about architecture, all your plans for an egalitarian society.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Waiting for someone to say it.
Gustavo Rivera, Kelsey, my dear friend, who's going to be on very soon. You know Kelsey?
Of course. I think I met her through you.
It's nice. And Galinsky, thank you very much. Ben Hudson. You know what? I can't tell how many people are watching versus commenting, so we just got to leave it alone. So I do want to get back to the slideshow just a little bit more because I feel like we really need to get the entire thing. The creativity. People, I was writing down, stop texting me about a trade. I'm going to tell my friends, fuck off, eh? Stop. Hold on. Just one sec. There's some trades.
This isn't in the shot. Is it any of this stuff? What I can see, it's just here, right? Hi, stepmom, Kat. Hi, Theo, Ted Cleary down in Miami, and Josh Machado up in Maine. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, keep going.
All right. Anyway, what's the? Are we
So
done?
I just want to go back to the pot show just from the slide lock. Sorry. What was amazing is, I mean, we really didn't touch on the theme of what people do. It's like if there's a war going, you get a war photographer, something people shooting fabrics. The ideas that people come up with, and then they put music to it. It's really creating something out of nothing. And I feel like, if you look back, it reflects the period that it's in, whatever photography. And then sometimes it's just totally bizarre and unrelated. So you know, you could come out from one of your shows going, fuck, man, that was so great. And then go up to the artist that was there and say, like, thank you, and talk to them about it.
No, there's that is the overwhelming feeling I think that people walked away from Slide Looks was a feeling of inspiration because of all these amazing projects and little wormholes that people would find themselves in and present. And you know, it's such an honor to be able to show the work of over 20,000 artists around the world. And yeah, it was.
It's a lot of people.
Hi, Dad.
Right.
So anyway, just want to. So what were we talking about?
That was it. It was really just the diversity and the creation. Let me ask you this: did you get some love matches? Like, I'm sure some people got work from it, but romance.
Several children and several divorces. But hey, this is, you know, the 2000s.
Sure.
All of those things have happened, and a lot of we've launched a lot of careers. There was, you know, someone we showed in Brooklyn that like a year later was representing Ireland at the fucking, you know, the Biennale in Venice, and he, when I came up and gave him a hug, he said there was a direct line, you know, from his presentation to that. So I feel
wonderful.
Like we definitely helped, you know, helped.
As we say in Jewish, it's a mitzvah. You're a matchmaker. Sorry, again?
No, just I think that we were able to create a platform that presented, you know, for people from all levels and, you know, different stations in life to present work, but also as a launch off, you know, point for all different kinds of things.
Before moving on at this point in time, is there somewhere people are, I really like to see I like the pictures. Can they go back, and is there someplace online they could maybe go and see something or find out about what's going on? Or is that it?
Website? The website,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's a pretty good resource. Slidelook.com. There's we need to do a little tweaking to it, but I think that's yeah, that would be the best place.
It's all right. All right, I want to jump a little bit back because we met the other day and we talked about. I was asking you about.
I just want to say, Slide Look Editorial, based out of Europe, out of Italy, is going strong and doing a lot of interesting things. They just had a really amazing competition that's going to travel. It's a show that will travel around the world. Daylight magazine just featured, I think yesterday or the day before, a really nice selection of that work. So slidelookedtorial.com, up and running, doing incredible work.
It's great. I almost feel like I should have a cigarette or something, maybe a cigar.
Cigarette with that whole.
Damn
it, I forgot.
I don't got a cigarette. I only got marijuana. It's a small bong, but I don't think it would be good for the show. So when we were together the other day at your friend's amazing apartment, I was trying to formulate another question about something related to you in Seattle. And I was like, oh, you talked about this. And I said, oh, what about grunge? You go, fucking A, I just like went off to college right as it was taking off, you know? And tell me about that. You felt a little bit bad about that, like you missed the whole scene or something.
Is that where you want to take this? Right now?
Yeah, it was a question. Like, just explain, because
I know
you were about.
It was like my senior year, halfway through my senior year, we looked up and all of a sudden it was like exploding around us.
Right.
And we were listening to hip hop and rock and roll, or whatever. And it was like, wait a minute, all eyes are on Seattle and Nirvana and Pearl Jam, Mudhoney and Alice in Chains and Temple of the Bone, Mother Love Bone, Temple of the Dog, and so I got a really good half year in of that, and then I went to college in Vermont and was inducted into the world of Phish. Basically, that was like the
Well, you got a half a year. I thought you missed the entire thing. You got some of it.
We were sitting in college in a dorm room, and Rolling Stone magazine came out, and it was a huge spread on like grunge and grunge style and whatever. And friends of mine were in it from high school, and I was like, damn, totally missed the fucking boat. But
all right,
I got to see almost every band that I wanted to see, except with the exception of Nirvana. So for that, we'll never. Yeah.
Were you, in fact, a fan of that genre of music? I mean, you say you would listen to hip hop. Just because you're from Seattle doesn't mean you got to love it. If you were London in the 60s, you don't got to love Sid Vicious and the Sex Pistols like I did, but maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Anyway, no, we went to a ton of shows, and I loved me the mosh pit. I mean, what else do you do when you're 19, 20, 21, 22, whatever? You go in the middle of it, and as I mentioned, I think before, when the Pearl Jam Even Flow video, we were right in the front for that. I remember touching his sweaty, because he jumped off the thing. We're patting his sweaty, like it was a lot. Yeah. Friends of mine were like full on, full frame, like in the front, in the thing. But
that's great.
Anyway, yes, no regrets on that front.
That's great. Not to harken on my past, all about you today, but I was in London back in '87 at college, and slam dancing I was in. We went to Camden Town and Dingwalls, and I remember a couple times just fucking smashing into people, 25, I was like 18. Just, it's the most amazing exercise. You get out the only thing you got to watch out because a flare elbow, bang in the eye, you got to bloody shine. It's good the next day. You go there, like, what happened is you got fight. Yeah, fucking got kick the guy. Really slam dancing. It doesn't matter. All right. This is great because we're going right off this and we're gonna go right to the next video. So hold on a minute. We got the share screen. All right, here we go. Chrome tab. There we go. Grunge bands, a little out of order. Doesn't matter. All right, sit down, get ready. Here we go.
Comments from the peeps. Grunge bands. Okay.
Besides Nirvana and Pearl Jam, can you name any other grunge band?
I definitely can, but I'm more interested to see if you could. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and blank.
Metallica?
No.
No. Oh, Moist. Semisonic.
No.
Moist was, I guess, all grunge.
The Ronettes?
Correct.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains would have to be.
Well, Alice in Chains, yeah, for sure.
And Soundgarden.
Yes.
I like Soundgarden. I mean, I have a garden at home, and I have a Tibetan singing bowl, and I just sit and
Ronnie and Ronettes.
Make my sounds in my garden and have my tomatoes.
Mother Love Bone.
That is correct. That is on my list.
Temple of Dawn?
Yeah.
Mud Honey.
Yeah.
Green River.
So he's lying.
Green River.
Temple of the Dog, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden. Maybe Melvins?
Yeah.
Melvins. Marty, please come here. Bring the car closer. I can't walk.
Seattle grunge area. No, but I really love Death Cab for Cutie, and I know they're Seattle natives. The Dark Horse one is like, the Stone Temple Pilots, right?
I really felt compelled to put in the Hare Krishna people because I was just like playing. It was a bit of a rush in a square park. But you see the list. It was about most of the young people barely even know what grunge is, let alone Seattle. So I was like, all right, here's a list. I want you to read these off as if you really know. And it worked out. They were really great. Sometimes you put people, I did this on my Playboy show, they don't know anything. You say, could you say this? And they do it as if that is them. And I was really appreciative of that. You know, everybody wants the spotlight, right? Don't they?
Certainly.
It's great. Let's see what we got. Kathleen Nolan Thomas, Dee Dee Champagne. Hello, Dee Dee. Kelsey, Dee Dee. Dee Dee Champagne, the Ronettes. She likes that.
Bring on the comments. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Bring
them on.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. Right. Yeah. It's the communication. It's the interaction. It's the community spirit. All right, we're doing great. So we did a lot of Slide Luck. Your second project, we got two more, but your incredible 6 Feet Away project at the start of COVID Tell me a little about that one, and we'll go into some photographs.
I don't follow.
Your 6 Feet Away project.
I'm just kidding. Yes. So quarantine up here in the hamlet of Lanesville for months upon months in the darkest of winters. I just want to get out of the house and talk to people and meet people. And I wanted to see what other people were thinking about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Andrew,
yeah.
you still haven't left your apartment as far as I can tell. No. So I started talking to my neighbors and friends of all types, just to kind of try to distill their thoughts into one quote, generally speaking. And yes, my tea, I'm having iced tea, Kelsey. But Andrew, are you going to show us some images that would be more...
Absolutely. Yep, I'm going right there. Sorry. Share screen. Add to screen. Hold on. Stop screen. Well, keep talking. I've got it.
I set out and went up and down my valley, this watershed that I am a part of, between Hunter and Phoenicia in the Catskill Mountains, and started speaking with people. This is Ron. He's a jeweler based in Williamsburg. Very talented, very successful. He's Chinese American, and he was like, he was the first person I photographed, and he was basically like, it's gonna be a lot worse here than it was in China, just because of the combination of ignorance and arrogance. And it's funny,
right?
Because those two things still haunt us today: ignorance and arrogance. It's the same thing,
right?
Anyway,
yeah. Same with the United Kingdom's kind of same thing. I love the look of this house and the windows. I get the feeling he bought that and just totally renovated, knocked out some windows, and it probably flooded with light. He's got great taste inside. Did you go inside? I guess you didn't because it's fucking COVID.
Because it was COVID, and I think that's actually how he bought it. But we'll be doing a lot of work on it. It's a beautiful piece of property. This is my next door neighbor, Kristen, fashion editor, and she's a classicist translating the Aeneid or the Odyssey, one of the two. Anyway, Marcus, a chef who was really feeling the pain at that point, just with the restaurant industry and catering and everything kind of imploding, which it continues.
It's an amazing photograph. It's got so many things. You got the flag, you got where he lives. His expression says exactly what you said. It's like he's feeling the pain. The light at the end of the day coming, or I assume it's not morning, and then the road gives you a feeling. The bare trees.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
He's struggling with cancer right now, so Piotr, an amazing photographer whom I respect greatly. We both used to shoot for the New York Times all the time. He lives down the road from me, bought a house out of foreclosure, has made a beautiful domicile out of it. He was the first to really talk about civil war and where this could possibly go.
Wow.
Government assistance and everything. Anyway, a little bit of a doomsteader, but we love him. He's got a mysticalness about him. Mystic. Oh, this is my other mystic neighbor across the street, Scott, who built this music studio. Built like a show. He's brilliant. He basically talked about the fact that risk. Yep. Okay. So here we are at Amy's Takeaway down the road. She's been up here for years, does catering and takeout. She's wonderful, spirited, ex-Broadway actress.
Casey, I thought as you were going into this, there was going to be a lot of local people that have been there forever. It almost seems like after these people in New Yorkers that came up and started a business up there, or people that were somewhere else and came there. Is that right?
You continue on. I don't know what your edit is, but you'll see. Also,
whatever you gave me.
From New York, she's from Vermont, she's the yoga teacher. She's awesome.
That's beautiful.
I see you, Spencer. Yeah, come on, keep going, Andrew.
All right. That's just great photo. I love the sun. I assume you did that on purpose. You got the sun coming in right next to the Catskill Yoga House. And her expression, where everyone else seems miserable, she's actually like, I'm all right. I'm doing okay. I'm stretching.
Yeah, it was a complicated time. Michael Brownstein, brilliant poet of the Naropa Institute, old friends with Ginsberg and the Bowery Poetry Club guys. Bit of a mystic. Okay, so here's what you guys were asking for. This is Josh Woolleader, awesome local guy, raises they're pulling horses. They compete for strength. These horses are freaking massive, and they're beautiful. And that's his wife, who works in the school nearby and was really concerned about all the students. And a lot of them don't have homes to go back to, so she was clutching her child tightly. And speaking of those,
amazing. It's like an award-winning photograph. Just you feel it. It's really nice. Oh.
Well, there's a local. I don't know if he's he claims to be a carpenter, but he does a lot of good plumbing too. I will attest to that. That's Blair Benjamin. Lives just up the road. Very down to earth. And his family's been here for generations, and he's.
Was there
can do
sorry.
Can do it all.
Was there a conscious effort to shoot at a specific time of day or location? I mean, obviously you go to these people and they say, well, maybe 3 o'clock today, but like, did you on purpose sort of drive towards a common time, theme, location, aside from being 6 feet away?
The only consistent thread was that I shot everything with a fixed 24mm lens and no lighting or anything else. Thank you, Ronald. And I tended to shoot, I guess, towards, it depended, but towards the late afternoon. I happened to get some great sun breaks, but, this was kind of like end of winter, early spring, just the kind of the toughest part of the whole COVID thing.
Right. And March, April, right? March and April.
Maybe a little bit into May. This is Christelle down the road. She's a photographer and director, and she's down in Chichester, or Phoenicia, actually. And she talked a lot about just the first global phenomenon that everyone is experiencing together. The first, I guess, pandemic, we're all kind of aware of each other and in communication, when
I was thinking of your potluck thing, one of the things I didn't get to, it doesn't matter, is like common themes around the world. Did you go to some places like, people in Tel Aviv or Melbourne and New York have all the same things in common? I wonder if in talking to these people, most of them said something similar. It seems like you said they seem really self-aware of their position. You said one guy said civil war. One guy said it's going to be much worse in China. It seems like everybody really knows what's going on or has thoughts about it. So you must have had nice discussions with these people.
Fantastic. Yeah. Very thoughtful, independent, minded folks. No, it was also just good to get out and speak with people. So Leon Taufield, he's down the road, he does sandblasting and sort of tree removal. He's got a lot of trucks and, can do a lot of, and he emphasized that you just got to keep the trucks running and just get out there, keep it going, keep moving to stay sane.
That's a hashtag if I ever heard one, keep your trucks running.
Right. Yeah. But a great person. Yeah. This is Ronald. This is he asked what neighborhood. We are in the Catskills, between Hunter and Phoenicia. It's the Ulster Greene County border, and it's all one watershed essentially.
It's one of the greatest photographs. It's just absolutely perfect. Yeah. It's like the snow.
We were like, it's just the weather was insane. It was just one of those long, brutal winters that just never would let us go.
Any thoughts? It seems like this entire project, like in downtown Manhattan, some large office building, when COVID ends, just 4 by 6 feet across a lobby with, documenting a time. It seems like such a great piece. I mean, obviously for a museum, a gallery, but like something where people, I was in Tel Aviv once in the airport, and there was just an endless exhibit about people that had done things for Israel and the world. This guy discovered Jonas Salk, and this person discovered how to irrigate fields. It's like telling a story.
I think I might have been with you.
All right, yeah, but it's a wonderful project.
Yes. Drew's an architect. He had really his company's doing great, but it's all about hotels and hotel lobbies and restaurants and all these places where people congregate and creating these comfortable spaces for interaction, which, going into this, he was like, all right, we need to completely rethink our model because it's the opposite of what is called for now. So, he was.
Is that his dog?
Yeah.
Is that his dog, and is the dog relieving himself in that photograph?
Yeah. Okay. So Skylar up the road is he's local, and he's a really smart high school kid who hates school, loves fishing, loves hunting, loves riding trucks and fixing trucks, and kind of like in a non, mean-spirited way, just thinks that us city people are kind of like lambs for the slaughter, and basically is like, you got to learn how to get this stuff, to get it together, or because we're the ones that survive. Jason Cachadorian with his partner Amanda are starting a Diamond Notch residency, I think it's called. It's gonna be an art residency down around the road, and he builds furniture with his beautiful for art and furniture, but he's an artist. And he's
I love how most of the photographs you've got a shallow depth of field, so the focus is totally on the person, but you got behind the bare trees, obviously in front. It seems like your shooting style in general, but that, whatever it is, f4, 5, 6, it seems just right. Maybe even wide open. I don't know if you want to talk about technical specifications, but
well, this is his partner Amanda or Pawan. I think they're probably getting close to having a variant child. But depends on the situation, Andrew. I didn't, as I said, I used a 24 millimeter lens with zero lighting or any other props. So I simply tried to expose and frame and, compose in a way.
So you did it.
Remus living the dreamus. This is my my neighbor across the way. We don't always see eye to eye. In fact, today we had a little confrontation, so to speak. But as you can see, he's a character. He is very industrious and talent. He's got a lot of skills. He's a high steel guy, and we don't totally agree on aesthetics. And
would you like to fill us in on your disagreement on the day? Any brief synopsis of what that was about?
Great deal of respect for him, but
all right.
Yes.
That was great. 18, just phenomenal. I'm sure everybody loves it. Ronald says it's gorgeous up there. Salt, is it insulting to say salt of the earth? I mean, people working with their hands, electricians, carpenters. It's like people doing things.
I don't take offense to that for them, but I think that's a little bit of a broad brush.
I want to get to something. It feels almost appropriate. Well, it's going to be a quick. I know this is unannounced. There's a section I'll call 8 questions, and I'm going to try to go fair. Yeah, 8 questions for you.
Or something.
Sorry, what?
Okay.
All right. You ready? We're going to go in. We're going to out. Think about it. But there's 8 questions. Number 1. You ready? You sitting down?
Yes, I am.
Casey, what makes a good wingman that helps you navigate a relationship? And would I make a good wingman?
You have, and you will, and will continue to be. Yeah, you're great. I think, I don't know, someone who compliments you in various ways and adds something to the mix.
Perfect. Besides money, the English pound, the American dollar, what would it take for you to shave off your beard for at least 2 weeks, aside from money?
I would do it right now on camera for 200 upvotes, but we don't. Do we even have? What do we got, guys? Let's do it. Let's see. I gotta
Well, it could be likes on your Instagram.
Go up those stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to wait to the end.
Okay.
All right. Do you know what you'll look like in 30 years? And if so, what actor would play you?
That is a deeply difficult and awkward.
Well, you know what? I know someone that looks like you now. It's Casey Affleck. Is that right? Because I photographed. I sent you.
Yeah, until he became such a dirtbag, and there's literally this moment in time where he did an interview, and I can post the photo where everyone's like, "Oh my God, you didn't like the Tonight Show or whatever," and then I was like, "Who is Casey?" I thought it was like Ben Affleck. Who's Casey Affleck? Because people actually said Ben at one point too. Anyway, long story short, then he became a pervert, and I have nothing to do with that guy.
All right. What is the strangest food that anyone has ever brought to potluck? Strangest food.
Good questions. Oh well, in Mexico City, there was a Cuban artist that brought a huge dish that was made out of, I think it was hammered out of copper or something. It was the size of a table, and it was the shape of the islands of Cuba, or the island of Cuba. And he filled it with this soy rice mixture, which is the only thing apparently that the locals could afford at the time for sustenance. And it was this commentary on imperialism and capitalism, and he shot it from above as people like took from it, and it was an empty plate, and it was this beautiful commentary. The Cubans have a way of just like really, I don't know, like just such an unusual way of thinking. But he basically made his dish the piece and shot it and made a masterpiece out of it. That's my answer.
That's a great answer. Along those lines, we got a question. By the way, these are anonymous. I reached out to many different sources who knew you, and this is what I saw. Took a compilation. The best and worst thing you've ever tasted at a slide lot, like the best and worst dish. There's got to be some really bad and really good. I mean, just off the top of your head.
Amsterdam had so many Amsterdam, they had never done a dish. They had never done a potluck before, but they were so engaged and brought so much interesting food that I couldn't put my finger on it. I'm sure some of it tasted like dog shit, but it was beautiful, and it was like there's a lot of effort.
That's great. Would you eat sushi off of a lady or man for that matter? And would you consider that for a slide luck event?
No, because it's been done a million times before. And I don't know, body temperature, sushi, it's sort of a bad fit. So my answer is unequivocally no.
Number 7, what is the best thing you've ever gotten off the street in New York City?
Oh, you mean like street finds?
Exactly. People throw things out all the time.
Yeah.
Anything?
A great furniture. I don't know if there's anything within striking distance, but definitely some scores. And I also feed that ecosystem. When I'm getting rid of stuff, I got a spot on the corner of 4th and A. I put something down, it's gone like, I don't know, 30 minutes or less. Also, we had a bunch of like old bottles of liquor, like, Drambuie and grenadine and all this random stuff. And we in front of the liquor store, which is also on the corner, we spread them out. This one, I mean,
it's great.
They're coming out of the store. They need something to mix it with. So,
in London, when you put something on the street, people make a queue and they kind of stand in line and then debate and then they, depends who gets it. I was here first and I could use this in my apartment. Are you sure? Because I've got a matching lamp. So it's very like orderly. But New York is fucking there and it's gone, right? I've got an amazing thing. Yeah. Who's it? Your brother says you got a great hairline, right?
It's my cousin David, who's a little bit taller, a little bit smarter, a little bit funnier, but definitely doesn't have the hairline that I have, does he? I just want to say, I lived in Tokyo for a year, and there was like, in terms of getting rid of stuff, it was like last year's TV, last season's dishwasher, everything. Like there was such a focus on moving forward and technology and everything. Yes, the cutaway, I love it.
What?
That like.
Really?
And you couldn't pay people to take this stuff because it wasn't new. I don't know if times have changed, but it was like that when I was there.
It doesn't bode well for the Japanese. It sounds like it's just like, the society we throw out and just the consumer, right? It's just like, where does that go? In landfills. All right, last but not least, number 8. This is a good one. Somebody it was one of your roommates. One of your roommates actually woke up during the night and heard you screaming, "Where's the bloody bulb? Where's the bulb?" And we wanted to know if that was a nightmare where you couldn't find the bulb on one of your slide locks, or was it something else?
No, it was during planting season. I planted a garden this season for the first time. I hadn't experienced this level of stress before. We sunk the pylons for the fence, and we built the beds, and all this. I had this moment where I was like, wait, but where are the bulbs? So yeah, that was. I'm glad that you were able to dig that up.
It's a great answer. I'm just not sure if I believe you, but you're quite convincing.
Well, come up. I mean, taste the fresh tomatoes. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. But commercial break, shall we?
Yeah, commercial break. Now, I'm looking at your slide look. I'm trying to think of this different photos that I haven't seen. But it's like, maybe we'll just go really fast. It's just because the locations are just so beautiful. So hold on a minute. I'm going to add this again.
I'm going to take oh, there we go.
A little bump.
No, what are these?
Hold on a minute. Let's go full. All right. I'm going to go really fast. It's to show people the amazing.
4. Yeah, that was Baltimore.
You got to be faster.
Yeah, that looks like that is definitely my old roommate Isabel in Seattle, or in New York. That's London. That's
nice.
New York.
Uh-huh. I mean, to me, this is sort of typical. It's a photo studio where people
in East London, in Shoreditch, Snap. That's Madrid, our first show. Fantastic evening.
And just the faces, people seem so engaged as to what they're watching.
Everywhere we went, people were they just said, "We've never had anything like this before." It was.
Hello.
That's Los Angeles, our like 3rd or 4th show.
Did he enjoy the show? The dog.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I believe that was Chicago.
Said Minneapolis.
And I'm just kidding.
You already did that one. Oh, I can't share that one.
That's there you are.
That was me. Yeah, we'll go back a little bit. 2007, maybe 2008 is being filmed. This is funny. It's just
that's a war photographer in the front. I'm blanking on his name. He had just come back. Anyway, that's San Francisco. That is Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Ann Arbor, Michigan. Beautiful old theater. Lindsay Blott in the house. Look at her. This is Chicago. We did a number of 3D presentations along the way, which were always fun.
Give me a quick. I don't understand. What was the 3D? Give me just a quick. What was that about?
One of the artists made his work in 3 dimensions. It's a new technology. It requires that you wear these special glasses that have different coatings, and it takes you into a third. See how? Yeah, it's like very. Yeah, I don't know. It's cutting edge. It's just hitting the market.
It's great. Makes a great photograph. Are these hipsters? It's got to be Spain.
Those are Bogota hipsters. That is for sure.
All right. Bogota.
Get rid of the framing around that, please.
Sorry?
The frame. Just go full screen within Lightroom, please.
Right.
There you go. Bogota. That looks like a Cuban, but no, that's
like I don't know what's going on there, but it's nice.
I feel like you just picked pictures from the same shows. That's Panama. Amazing night. Also, yeah, this just actually there's a funny story. There was a woman from Germany who had been at Slide Luck in New York City, walked upon this on vacation 6 months later in Panama City, Panama, and looked in and was like, I know this. And like she just like joined in. She like recognized what was going on.
Does all this give you an appreciation for what certain countries have done with their, I don't want to say ruins, but buildings that are crumbling and being fixed up? You just see this common theme. You've been all over, and it's great. It makes me feel happy that certain places seem like they were falling apart, but then they've been brought back to life almost, and the lighting is really nice. So,
yeah, I think when it's done right, and this is a good example of the revitalization that, Panama City put a lot of effort into that downtown corridor. This guy named Casey Hardin actually was really involved. Anyway, yes, so that was in Spain. I'm just kidding. That looks like some sort of a berry crumble. London 5. I don't think I was at London 5. LA. Look how LA, huh? What do you know?
Let me ask you, do you have to be good looking to attend one of your events? Because every single photograph, everybody is always good looking.
No, but this is Ruben Milares and Antonia Wright in Miami at the Bass Museum. They are partners. And they are rocking the F out. She's on the tambourines. That was a great launch for Miami. This was we started to do neighborhood shows around Brooklyn and the city. Red Hook, North Side, Bushwick. More North Side. Oh yeah, Photoville, as I mentioned before, is a different one.
We already saw her. We got kids.
This was at Whole Foods in Union Square. We had a great collaboration with Whole Foods. And Rachel Langosh and so many amazing people helped along the way. Carly Planker, as I mentioned, Rachel, Alyssa Kenny. This is Detroit, which I think I launched with Jen Plaskowitz. Anyway, Meg, what's her name from the White Stripes sat next to me at that show. I was very excited about that.
Wow, that's nice. There's a few more, but I'm just gonna jump to the end.
Leaving out Peter McFarland, Jordan Frand, Dasha Shapafalova. There's Maria Teresa. There's just been so many amazing people. Ari Fruchter helped us here in Tel Aviv. This was an amazing.
I was there at that one.
This was a good collaboration with Spencer Tunick, and you were involved as well.
Right. It's great photograph. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Hold on. Go back one.
That's also Tel Aviv. Anyone from Tel Aviv would know that square circle. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe someone can. Well, thank you, David. Where is that? Oh, that looks like Berlin, maybe.
And we've got a DJ in some up and coming part of a city.
Perhaps. Yeah, I don't remember this. I mean,
all right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, JJ. Tel Aviv was epic.
That's great. All right. You know what I'm going to do is let me see. Go away.
Show one of your videos.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to go to the second half of the slide luck. So stay 3, slide luck part 2. All right, you ready? Here we go.
I'm asking people what they think of when they hear that term. What do they think it is?
Slide Luck Pot Show.
Yeah.
It's like Slide Luck Hot Show. Slide
Maybe it's
Luck-
like a leprechaun weed theme park.
It sounds like it's a weed comedy show
I don't know, man, but I hope people are getting high on it.
with edibles and lots of smoke.
Well, these days the cannabis CBD thing, because that's the big, all the rage these days. All these CBD stores that are opening up.
I don't know. It sounds like a cabaret.
Not gonna lie, that kind of sounds like a strip club, like a peephole.
I would think it was where Robert Kraft went and got his rub and tug.
Psychedelic backyard party.
And then right into a riff, ready to go.
It looks like we've lost our guest. All right, that's our show. Now, there's one last thing I want to get to. Maybe I can go back to an American accent while he's away. Come on, Casey. Jeez. All right. So, hi. You having fun? I think we're almost done. I know it's 10 after. And I got 2 minutes. Well, what the fuck? I played all my things. Let me see if there's anything I haven't played. Should I go back to chat? Let's see. Casey is sexy, everybody thinks. Justin. Hey, Justin says Tel Aviv was epic. Man, was that epic. Oh, my God. Smoking hash at the Dead Sea in a hotel, eating green apples. Woo! It was fun to float in salt water in a spa in a hotel late at night. DD Champagne, Ronald, Justin, Kilsey. All right. So again, if anybody's out there, feel free to like me on Facebook, or I've got a YouTube on the Horn page as well. I feel really happy because I wanted to get to a lot of stuff with Casey. There's one last project that he did. It's his new book, which I've been touting. So let me see. I'm going to dial that up, and then maybe I'll show it to you, and then he can come back and comment. So, hold on. Oh, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you.
I let my British accent for a minute.
Myself.
I was like,
I was just,
what? Oh, snap, right? A little tall soft. That's a good one. Oh, Paul Jeffrey Tubin. I hope he comes back. All right.
smart, yeah. This is
all right. So go right to it. Tell me what you got. What is it?
This is a new book written by Sharon Hurwitz and Amanda Benchley, and they brought me in to photograph these artists in their studios, and each artist, me too. These artists then took some time out of their busy schedules to show the reader how to do a simple project, act of creativity, as an insight into their process. And it's really beautifully shot, for one, but it's also it's just well done. And there's inserts and stencils and things you can, tear out. So you're going to need one for the coffee table just to level up your game a little bit. And then you're going to need one to just kind of tear apart, because it's all these different sort of resources on the inside. Let me just stand up, and can you go? I can't see what my. So that's Lawrence Weiner. This is a stencil. You're going to want to tear this up. You're going to want to tear this thing apart with your children if you have them. If not, with a lover, or a close friend, maybe a cousin. So then, yeah, there's Marina Abramovich's pieces, and this is the scorecard for counting rice and lentils. Something that you could do for hours and hours. You like puzzles? Try
Sure, who
counting.
doesn't?
Try counting lentils and rice. Start with a full bowl of rice and a full bowl of lentils, and then count them and separate them into columns. That'll keep your kids busy for maybe up to a week.
I was lucky to be on that project. It was really nice just to be in the studio. But yeah, it was like meditation, right? That was the thing. You slow down your brain and you count the rice, and it's painful, but then if you get through it, you feel even better. Sorry, continue.
And yes, and then potato prints, sweet potatoes over regular potatoes. Julie Meritu, brilliant artist, really. And look what you can get from this. So it's a nice interactive book that I feel like is, it's useful in the time of COVID where people are running out of things to do. My father, hi Dad, just did his first puzzle maybe in 50 years, and he sent us a picture of its completion. We're still very proud of you for that, Dad.
Wow.
But, it's just people are running out of things to do in their homes, and this offers some of that with the inspiration of many fine artists.
In looking at the book, I found so much inspiration in just the spaces that they were in. Just you're privy to be in the most amazing studio spaces, and you get to watch people work. I can go to this real quick. We can run through some of the people here.
Yep, that is
if you want.
Johnson, who's a great guy and did amazing work with lentils and black beans and spray paint, making it something that looked like a constellation out of, the kitchen, foods that he grew up with.
And this is the studio.
That is in Bushwick.
Give me a quick location. Oh, in Bushwick.
That's Bushwick. That I'm gonna put on my peepers here for this, or unless
All right.
bigger.
I can get rid of you and go as large as I can. Hold on. That's as big as I can go. All right.
The sheet is brilliant. He's really kind of blown up in the last several years. Sarah Z, who represented the U.S. at the Venice Biennale one year when I was shooting it for the New York Times, she makes these great mobiles.
Ooh, I like the painting in the back, the colors and the vertical stripes. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
So it seems like this is the theme. Each artist gets whatever 5 to 8 pages. You get to a portrait of them in their space. You get shots of the space, and then the specific materials that they use, and then the specific project, and then how to do it, how to make it.
Correct. John Kieran, a painter I really, he's sort of a controversial painter, but he's very talented. I love his work. Not everyone agrees, but he is opinionated and, basically.
Good.
Yeah, this is his studio in Gramercy-ish.
Did the artist say to you, oh, wait a minute, I got to move this book. Oh, wait, I didn't finish cleaning. Everything seems incredibly well organized. Was there a lot of nitpicking?
Many of these people have large staffs and studio assistants, but this was actually kind of how we found it. I don't think we changed anything in any of the studios. And John was essentially mixing colors and creating a palette, which was kind of great. Thomas Demond, very exacting German artist who based in Los Angeles.
Of course, he's exacting if he's German, right? Beautiful.
He photographs these large, dioramas and miniatures, and then makes them large. He plays with scale a lot and colored paper. And so this is what he does for his kids. Every morning, he takes hard-boiled eggs and draws on a Sharpie with them and colored pencil a little story about going to visit grandma or what they're doing, going to school, and makes this dialogue with them, and they participate. And this is what we did together, and this is what he shares in the book. So yeah, there's
lovely.
a lot of range and it's very whimsical. Mickalene Thomas, wonderful soul, and a great collage artist among other things. But she took us into
Where's the studio?
her studio is in Brooklyn.
Okay.
God, I can't remember. Brooklyn. Alex Israel in Los Angeles. Yeah, so his studio is, he's got the original American Idol sign, you know, at his studio. He's very LA, very sort of a part of the whole fabric there, and showed us how to kind of do a sort of a web camp, what do you call it, interviews of artists and such. And this is what he does. He works with a lot of celebrities here, you can probably see.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Hanks, Bret Easton, and Paris Hilton.
Yes, to name a few.
Right.
Julie was, I think, the last artist we shot, and she's, I mean, these people's careers are, the hardest part was just finding an afternoon to spend with them, because her next, like, I don't know, 3 years are biennales and museum shows and major, you know, major exhibitions all over the world. So
wow,
it's been, it was an honor to be in there with them and with Sharon and Amanda, who helped William Wegman.
Right. I think I forgot to take his picture. That you said you didn't photograph him. Oh, we'll go right to Marina. Oh, did we already do her?
Well, I don't know. We're back. We're kind of. Yeah, Marina.
All right.
You can imagine.
Amazing. Anything that you've learned from that experience that you haven't talked about? I mean, we've seen, there's just so much stuff. Oh, shit, dropped in the air.
I learned a little bit about negotiation in terms of book deals. And I learned a lot about, you know, just no, it's amazing to see these people that have, you know, found their kind of rabbit hole or their lane and just gone for it. And it's very, it's very inspiring.
Do you feel like you've found your rabbit hole, your lane?
Yeah, I've been comfortably.
Or is it just photography in general that you love, photographing people or places, just being behind the camera, or is there something more specific?
I think about, you know, the next quarantine that we're going into, right? Or the next phase of this global pandemic, and what will the next photo project be, right? So 6 feet away. Now it's more about family, I feel like, and about isolation and separation from the ones we love and sacrifice. And, you know, we know more, but we're still all struggling with this thing. So how does this manifest itself in a photo project? Because I think that we've got some interesting months ahead of us, and I would like to put that, you know, make something of that.
Mr. Kelbar, you are wonderful, fantastic. Thank you for sharing your artwork, your books, your projects, your insight. I bet a lot of people are inspired just by dropping into your world for an hour and 15 minutes. So
plug this one more time. This is available on Amazon. It's actually, the price has been reduced greatly in the last, it was originally $80, but it's come down a lot. It fluctuates. It was sold out for a bit. A lot of good press. So yes, get one, get two, one to tear apart and one to look. Thank you.
Last thing.
I can't believe we just spent this much time together. All of it.
Spent 23 years together. What's another hour? You know what I mean? We spent 3 days in Medellin. No, wait, Caracas. No, wait, Cartagena.
Right.
Cartagena.
Oh, can I play that? Your BBC.
I'll tell you what. Dig it up. I'm going to go to a video. You find it, and I'll come back to you. It's our last. We'll wrap it up, Chris. We're just going to get to one more thing because Biden winning. I've got part 3. It makes me very happy. All right. So you find it, Casey. I'm going to go to this video. I'll be back in 90 seconds.
It's going to have the impact.
I see you on skating equipment. Yeah. Okay, listen.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Don't let this moment be ever forgotten.
Oh, it's never.
And give it to the grandkids, generations, and let them know.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I heard this many cheers at once was in the middle of a pandemic. My mom's a healthcare worker working in the ER, so this just means the whole world to me.
This is an amazing day for women. This is an amazing day for Islamic people. This is an amazing day for minorities.
Decency.
It's an amazing day for common decency.
This morning we woke up and we could hear everyone honking their horns, and like it made me tear up. I was so excited.
I'm so excited. I feel great.
All right, I'll leave it there. Do you got a thing? I didn't.
Oh, well, I mean, how is this going to really translate? Let's try
I
it.
know. It's all right. All right. Give it a whirl. This is.
Can you hear it?
Absolute norm here back in the 15th century, but things changed
Right.
dramatically as starvation, famine, and wars took its toll on the people of Cartagena. Now things have finally come back, and the alcohol flows like wine. People's salaries have gone up here dramatically. Sex trades have also increased, but the people here seem genuinely happy. In modern times, Cartagena is becoming a highly touristy attraction with alcohol, drugs, prostitution, and a lively cocaine trade. This is John Carmichael for BBC4.
Pretty good,
Right. Yeah, it's one of my earlier careers. That was 2 years ago when I was working for the BBC. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody who came in on the chat. Thanks to my parents for giving me this British accent. And, you know, I feel like we all expanded our horizons today. And if you see Casey in the street, say hi.
Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Andrew, I appreciate you keeping on me about this for several months now. But
Sure.
I feel like it was the appropriate time, and I'm happy to see the faces of Michael Barkin and Kelsey Curiel and Ronald Wallman. I don't know, we're friends now apparently, because I definitely met you at a party in the East Village. Yeah, cousin David, everybody who's been involved. Thank you so much, and be safe as we go into the Thanksgiving holiday and the holidays in general. I find myself up here in the middle of nowhere, a man in the mountains with nothing better to do. Because I think it's important to, you know, to create space and not to try to, you know, slow the spread of this thing a little bit.
Fucking COVID. All right. Cheers. Bye.
Love you, man. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Get up. Let's do it for real. Ring, ring, 7 a.m. Move yourself to go again. Cold water in your face is gonna bring you back to this awful place. Knuckle merchants and the bankers too, who must get up and learn those rules. Riverman and Crazy Chief, one says sun and one says sleep. Now the AM, the FM, the PM too, turning out that boogaloo. It gets you up and it gets you out, but how long can you keep it up? I said, give me Honda, give me Sony. It's so cheap and it's so phony. Hong Kong dollar, Indian cents, English pounds and the Benjamins. I said, New York! Don't stop and give it all you got. Say New York! Come on and get up. Don't stop and give it all you got. Say New York! Come on and get up. Don't stop and give it all you got. Say New York! Get up. You just don't stop and give it all you got. Rise to better my station. Take my baby to sophistication. See the hours jerk.